Hey everybody, Crazy Horse 6 coming to you from server 788, bringing you Meteor War and the beginning part of Enemy Buster from Friday, November 28th, 2025. This was the day after Thanksgiving, pretty chill day. We got a pretty good matchup here. First Meteor hit, server 700. We also had a couple other servers, I'll shout them out when I see them, in there, and we really had a lot of confidence coming into this one. You can see action started pretty quickly right here in the center, but honestly I've seen other Meteor Wars where the center is a lot more full. When I eventually zoom out here and look around, you can see a lot of white bases representing other 788 bases and a lot of blue bases representing Knight Alliance bases. Very little red bases here in the middle. I feel like typically as soon as they came in and got some new cores, they got them stolen and pushed back out. So this was fun because a lot of times we end up with our matchups for some reason. The last season celebration and our first matchup this season, we still pulled first place as an alliance, but got matched up against CDX and a couple other larger alliances that got a little contentious there for a little bit, and there were a few people that I legitimately had to run from. I think there was no one in this current server grouping that I had flagged as an immediate port if I saw them. So looking around here, a lot of Knight bases there and in the core. I've sped this up to 1.5 times just so it's not quite as long. I sat here for quite a bit and really was just looking around to see who was trying to bully anybody, and if I saw someone close by, it was a pretty easy decision to send a squad out, get some retribution, and then come back. Generally felt pretty confident sending my main out and leaving my second and third squad on the wall. A few times I sent my second squad out, especially if it was level 34. And he kept on hitting people, so went and took another one of his cores, and nice feint there. So, interesting tip here that I've found from doing this now for a couple seasons. If you're in the middle towards the capital, you've got the blue cores, which are obviously the most important ones because they give you the most points. Then you've got the larger black cores, and then those are medium, and obviously you got the really small ones. Here's what was kind of funny, my observation here. You can see the people going right now to the small meteorite cores. and I'm not really sure why. Here's my take, is if you're in the middle towards the capital, you should be spending all your time fighting for the blue cores or for the larger black ones. It's just not really worth it to have a squad outside your wall over these little tiny cores that don't really give you a lot of points. And you're in danger in the middle. You've got guys like me, Gravedigger, Samba, TJ, and any other whales from other alliances that are scouting the middle, and they're looking for bases with multiple blue cores that they can come steal from. Because to be honest, if you've got 220 right at this point, being in season 5, if you've got 220 or so total hero power or above, you're not going to waste your time mining the blue cores. You're just going to go steal them from other people. So you're kind of setting yourself up being in the middle there, and if you have any meteorite crystals on your base, I think this guy was picking on someone, so I decided to come and take all of his. You're going to open yourself up as a target, right? And so to send your squad out to mine the little tiny ones, you're just making it that much easier for someone to come and pick on you. If you want the small ones, by all means, go farm the small ones, but do it on the outskirts. Here's why I like having the small ones available too in the middle, because I like to sneak around. I don't want to start marching on somebody and have them see me coming from 30 seconds away. Having the small ones opened up and not occupied means that I can march at it at a much faster rate than if it is occupied. And then I can divert my march at the last second to swing by somebody's base and hit them, and they don't see it coming. So just a little tip, especially, I'm sharing this more broadly, but I think this is really good across Knight and other 7-hit alliances. We do a lot of wars together. Let's try to leave the little ones open, and we can use those to kind of jump around and sneak attack. I'll throw up my favorite thing. I love Parker, and this is me. I'm gonna slide past your base nice and sneakily. And we've got a bunch of blue crystals. Trying not to be suspicious. But to be honest, I think most people see it coming at this point. Saw that guy picking on this whole side to go give him a tap. A little late bouncing in there. Frieza already ashed that guy, but good to bounce up above the capital, get a little change of scenery. Now you can see what I mean here, using the smaller cores to march, sneak up on somebody. And notice he was ready to jump, and if I hadn't done that, as soon as he saw his screen flashing red, he was moving. There was no way I could have stolen that blue core if I had marched directly to him. He tried to jump in next to me and take a couple of mine, but I used my third squad to steal his core. I still had my first and second squad at home, so you see this guy was picking on SCZ2, and I actually timed that one. I was letting him march all the way back. I saw his other squad returning with the blue core and waited until I could hit him right as his squad returned. You see what I mean here again? That guy just left with his main. Samba beat me to the blue core there. But at least like a couple larger ones. Really scanning around, looking for people with blue cores. I noticed this guy here. I had labeled him. I think he was the strongest person on that server. You see Midnight Gravedigger and Samba jumped in right next to him. I had my main parked next to him. I was waiting for him to send his main out, and I was going to go try to steal some cores from him. And as soon as MGD and Samba jumped in next to him, you could tell he was out. Didn't want any part of that. Using another mine to accelerate my march. This is kind of like doing a time attack. You're trying to attack this thing with only a couple seconds left, so there's no room to react. And you can see how much time they have left to mine. And then you can also see how long your attack is going to take to get there. And so you just time it. If it's a 3-second march and he has 10 seconds left to mine, I'll wait until the timer hits about 5 seconds before I send my squad. That way, it maximizes your chance of hitting it and then coming right back with that core. You can see we're cleaning up there. We've got all of the top 3 alliances, all 788 alliances, and then you see Knight as probably the #1 spot. This is, I mean, really, just having fun at this point. I think I've got all my chests opened up in the first couple of minutes of jumping in here, and now it's just about racking up some pills and trying to support the rest of the alliance to make sure that they all have fun and they get their points as well. So I started shifting to looking even more for people who are bothering others. I saw that guy. Went and took a couple of his. And then using that smaller core to march back faster. Accidentally hit Riza. He took it well. Go hit that guy a few times. He was messing with the dock. Samba jumped in as well. Got 3 cores from him, I will say one thing about this event is this event can make a lot of enemies. Free to just said, I like how peaceful this event is. It's peaceful because we were the undisputed strongest server in here, and a lot of people weren't able to do anything while we were holding down the middle. And it can feel a little bit like bullying. You know, we've already won, and we're just sitting here taking more and more. Not the blue 4, but hey, that's the game. It was fun. Let's check out the results. Open all my chests up. Thanks, Bo, for putting the fire out for me. So round 1, more than doubled up QPO. It looks like another alliance came in. Finished 6th, which wasn't bad. Because I honestly, there was probably, you saw some long stretches there where I wasn't really doing anything. I was just kind of observing. Really wasn't trying to push that hard. but we ended up with some good individual awards, and then the alliances as well. Obviously, first place rewards are pretty nice here. You can't see those yet. You gotta wait till after the second one is over before they do the settlement. But from there, it's immediately on to Buster. So one EV came in here and was messing with Tide. So we jumped in pretty quickly. Decided to take some troops. 5,000 and 8,000. They left really fast after that. So this is a good example. That maybe that's not a great example. He tried to bounce in behind you. That didn't really work out so hot for him. I'll try to find another example here pretty soon. You know, we're trying to do a little bit of a shielding campaign here. Really don't want people to come back to the hive without being shielded. And I know what we typically have said in the past is like, hey, you know, that's what other people who are shielded are for. You can garrison people and you can keep them from getting burnt. The hard part is you can also give away a lot of points. And if you're in an actual close versus battle or alliance duel for that week, it can be a lot harder to get the points that you need, because yes, you might stop somebody from getting their base burnt, but if they're taking out 8, 9, 10,000 troops at a time, while you're only killing 3,000, even if they come back burning, right? They're a lot stronger. You're giving them tons and tons of points. I will, like I don't have an ego, so if my squad comes back on fire after hitting a base, but I killed 10, 12, 14,000 troops, I will take that all day. It's not going to deter me. That squad's going to get back. I'm going to regenerate that squad. I'm going to send them right back out when we hit that base again. What I'm probably going to do is I'm going to wait for garrisons to come in, re-garrison the base. Because at that point, it's not about Ashen. I get no versus points for Ashen base. This isn't like Capital Wars. You get 50,000 points for sending the base flying. You get points for kills. And if everybody wants to come in and I wasn't having any of it. If everyone wants to come in and give me some free kills by garrisoning people who are too lazy, I guess too much of an ego to shield, then I'll take it. So I'll find some examples. I'm pretty sure I had some examples here I talked about this first night of coming in, unshielded base, had a full stack of garrisons. I hit them 12, 13, 14,000 kills. All the garrisons go flying. And I actually leave it. I go back. I could have kept on hitting and follow-up hits, but I would go back, wait for them to re-garrison, go back and hit it again. And I know that other people are like, well, you get points for killed units too. Well, it's not as many. You don't get as many points for dead units as you get for killing units. So, I always like it when I see my shout it out in the world chat in a foreign server. So look, the moral of the story here though is that if you have a close alliance duel and you actually need to win on Buster Day, then it takes some discipline not to give away points. I'd rather let them ash a base and send one of my alliance mates go, flying. You figure about 10 hits. If they only have one squad on the wall, you're talking maybe 3,000 troops. So you're talking 30,000 kills, and they go flying. And of those 30,000 kills, a lot of them are going to go to the hospital. You're going to get probably 10,000 of those back, and they can live the fight. Okay. Instead, though, if 5 people keep on garrisoning that person and is giving somebody 15,000 kills per hit, or let's just round it down and say 10,000, which is kind of a low number. I think you'll see I got a bunch of much larger hits in this Buster Day. 10 hits could be 100,000 kills versus 30,000. So, um, that's the reason. If you have someone, a mid-strength person come in, yeah, they're going to hit a garrison and they're not going to be able to work their way through it. And they're probably going to give up and not get burnt. But if didn't last long. But you got someone like me, or someone like Griefdigger, Samba, or TJ. If we pour it into your hive, unless you have multiple whales garrisoning your base, we're going to end up with a lot more kills than deaths there, and it's going to really flip the versus points the other way around. So that's my public service announcement for this week. Shield, and if you need to wait for your War Fever to cool down, don't wait in your hive. Go hide somewhere, so that other people don't feel obligated to garrison you and have all their troops wiped out. See, I'm looking around trying to find kind of a cluster of bases that aren't shielded and also aren't already on fire. I mean, if you find an unshielded base but it's on fire and it doesn't have a lot of durability left, it's probably a good indication that there aren't a whole lot of troops there. It's another reason why I actually don't ash bases all the way for the most part during Buster Day, because I want to be able to see that the base has already been hit. You can usually tell, unless someone has a very deep hospitals or they're actively healing while you're hitting them, you usually drain the drill grounds pretty quick, and then you start to notice you go from 5, 6, 7, 8,000 kills per hit, depending on how many squads they have on the wall, to it goes down to 3,200, 2,100, 768. And that's when you can tell that you're really working through the drill grounds. They don't have any troops left, and it's not at that point. Is it worth burning the stamina for 700 kills? Probably not. So I will intentionally leave the. I was going to jump over here, but I saw Samba, TJ, and Fidel all going after that guy at the same time. I said, no, that's probably not worth it. By the time I teleport over there, he's going to be gone. Anyway, so usually you can drain someone's drill grounds before their durability gets to about 25-30%. And at that point, then if you really want to ash them, it's more like a giant middle finger, more so than anything else. It doesn't get you anything, and also it restores their durability. So when their base respawns somewhere else in the map, you can't tell that they've already hit the drill ground drain. So for that reason, and I encourage other people to do the same thing, you know, hit a base until you're down less than 1,000 kills per hit, and then let it be. Go find something else to hit. Don't ash it all the way, because then when I come in behind you, I can see, okay, this base has been hit. I don't need to do anything there. So this is actually a great example right here. This is what I was talking about. So DRF, when it hits this guy, I'm going to get like 8,000 kills right here. 7,400. I move on to the mine, and you can actually see the other squad. I can see the squads marching in. So 2 more commanders come in here. I see them run into garrison. I wait till they hit the garrison. 13,000 kills. Right? Let them go. This one I got a little impatient because I was like, 7,000, and then they bubbled. But yeah, you can see other people doing the same thing. And I think if I remember correctly, a couple other instances of the same one here. You see, this guy's going to try to hit me. I'm not worried about a 33. So I'm just going to go. If I counterattack him. Yep, there he goes. I thought that's what he was doing because I was like, there's no way he needs to reserve that as a teleport spot. So before his main can get back. There's another one, had 2 garrisons in there. Like, how long can I stretch this for? It was a level 29, so I figured there were, like, at best, they were T9s in there. And see, look how, I mean, my poor missile squad was probably at like 40% strength. But I still got probably another 20,000 kills there or more. See, he had all of his squads on the wall. Look, guys, if you're a level, at this point, look, if you're in a season that has level 35s now, and you're a level 30 or below, really probably level 33 and below, you don't need to have all of your squads on the wall. One, if you're gonna go on Buster Day with no bubble, you should probably have 0 squads on the wall. I tend to not take any of my squad. Like I tend to have squads 1 through 3 on the wall. But I also, most people will bounce off me. There's another one with a garrison. I was able to empty him out. So if you're a level 29 though, and coming in, getting ready to start season 5, there's no reason why you should have, like, what is your 25 million power third squad going to do? If someone is through your first couple squads, and honestly, I'm probably being generous there. If you're a level 29, I don't know if your second or your third squad is probably 25 million power at this point. Like that's not going to make a difference. All it's going to do is give me 3,000 extra kills or 500 extra kills. And yeah, it's just not a good look. This guy, so shout out to Daddy Yankee. He changed his name. He used to be on 788. I didn't recognize him at first. I was actually going to look for him too. And then I went and hit his alliance, and he actually messaged me and then let me know who he was. He's a cool guy. Enjoyed playing him on 799. Hope you guys find in 799. I think 799 lost some pretty key players in this transfer surge, but they still did really well in season 4. I think it wasn't so much that they had a lot of whales, but they have a lot of really good participation. So a lot of credit to 799 for what they're able to do, and bounce back into 788 to help out 1FA here a little bit. I didn't really even look who was here. I just jumped into a bunch of red bases. Or I guess they were yellow. You see, so I got 12,000 kills there. Wait till the garrisons come back in, and then send them right back. Somebody else stole the garrisons. I think it was Ty. EP stole those kills from me, but that's all right. But I'm really just being patient, letting them fill the garrisons up, and then send a march in there to get some extra kills. There's another one. See, if I hadn't used the mine, he wouldn't have. He wouldn't be able. He wouldn't. I wouldn't be able to hit him. He would have teleported before my squad ever got to him. But I decided to send it out of mine past his base first. I'm sitting here trying to debate if I want to go over there. I don't like picking on really small alliances. It's just not really worth the thrill. Part of the fun of Buster is trying to decide, do I want to send my main out or do I want to send my second squad out? And seeing if someone's going to teleport in behind me and make me regret sending one of them. And I really don't have that same sort of anticipation or nervousness if I'm in the middle of a, relatively small alliance hive. Thinking to myself, everyone's bubbled except for that guy. He's a 35. I bet he's got a lot of garrisons. And I was wrong. But you see, the garrison quickly came. So I wait. This is an interesting tactic I never really learned about until recently. Did you know that on Buster Day, yes, it will break your War Fever, or will give you War Fever. You can do this shielded, but you can hit mines without using the stamina. So if you need to rack up some kills and you are, but you don't have a lot of stamina left, hitting a bunch of mines or farmland is a good way of getting those kills. You see that this is actually Daddy Yankee's new alliance, the 799. He was DMing me. I was ignoring it while I was kind of focused on checking out all these bases. But I eventually answered it and had a good chat with him. This is a good lesson here for, a lot of these guys. Like, I guess sometimes the best lessons are learned with a little bit of pain, and nothing's worse than going back, logging into the game, and you've got empty drill grounds. Alright guys, that's it for me. That wraps up Buster Day, for the most part, at least the recorded part of it. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you can. This week is Champions Duel. Might bring a video on that, and then we'll look forward to Desert Brawl later this week. First one, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes. See ya.
Hell yeah!
And heads up, don't just make a bunch of content. Like, actually go and do something.
Be sure to like and subscribe, guys.